West Show.
Yep. So this week, we've got our Thanksgiving games in America. Those of y'all, I don't know about you guys, but I went out and bought myself a boneless turkey thingy. I'll do my Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow night. My son's going to make the macaroni and cheese and shit, and come home and do the rest of it when I get home from work. And then I will wake up at 4:30 in the morning to watch my Bears play the Lions. We're going to be playing in Detroit. And thank God, we played Detroit, man. Vegas, my Bears, who lost 5 games in a row, are trailing Detroit, and we're the favorites by 3 points. Isn't that great?
Yes. That's fantastic for you.
Thank you. Do you agree with that? I take that as a yes.
Agree.
That's the first time you backed my Bears, Zeus.
Oh, come on, man.
Thank you for that. We're playing the fucking Lions.
You can always get who's going to win. A big Grizzly Bear or a Lion?
It's the Grizzly Bear.
Grizzly Bear, man. Apparently.
So straight after that, we go back to that amazing stadium in Dallas and watch the Raiders, who also have their own great stadium, play Dallas. You got the 5-5 Raiders taking on the 7-3 Cowboys. Cowboys are favored 7.5 points. I'm rolling with Dallas.
Yeah, Micah Parsons.
You know, I'd like to see the Raiders win.
Yeah. I really feel for the Raiders at the moment. You know, there's already talks about Derek Carr and moving on from Derek Carr, but that guy's got a big heart. I think he wants to stay a Raiders fan. Raiders. He wants to be a lifer. But bro, there's one guy on their Cowboys defense that is balling out, and that's Micah Parsons, bro. And that guy's the new breed of linebackers coming through. He's fast. He's instinctive. Play sideline to sideline, but he gets into the backfield real quick, bro. And he had an awesome game. I think he had a stat line of like a couple of like quarterback hits and a sack and whatnot. But he's all over the field. I reckon he'll be the future for the Cowboys moving forward. He'll be their heartbeat and their soul, and I think Cowboys will come out on top just because he's the catalyst for that. And I don't think they've got the Marcus Lawrence back either. I think they get Randy Gregory back, who was playing lights out too before he got injured. So look, man, it's just and Dak's gonna be Dak. It depends if the rest of the offense rocks up.
Eventually, him and Zeke get theirs. You know what I mean? They'll eat, and the Raiders, there's too many question marks at the moment. You know, they're just really inconsistent. And like I said, you know, my heart goes with the Raiders, but I'm rolling with Dallas like you use. Then we got the Bills strolling over at 6-4. Look, they've lost a couple games. The last 2 games, and they're taking on the Saints at home. They lost 3 games. Oh, where Buffalo at? I got them written down over here. So here we go. Buffalo. They lost. Oh, they lost. They've only lost one in the last week. They won before that. But yeah, you got Buffalo going to New Orleans to take on the 5-5 Saints. Vegas got Buffalo by 6. I'll stick it with Buffalo, man. Look, I think Josh Allen and that offense is eventually going to come around. Yeah, they got these question marks at the running back position. But him and Knox have shown that they can hook up and do their thing. You got Cole Beasley, who's been sort of in and out, but you know he's got his weapons. You got Stephon Diggs, so I think you know the defense is their defense. I don't know none of their players. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but I know that it's they need to sort of get back to what they were doing earlier in the year. You know they veered away. They've had some bad losses. You know they've lost. That's right. They've lost 2 of the last 3 because I know they've had a couple bad losses just recently. And this is the kind of game they need, you know, beat up on a team like New Orleans that don't even know their identity. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah,
man.
I think like probably just one key point on there for the Bills defense is not having their middle linebacker Tremaine Edmonds. He's a big 6'4", 6'5". Like he looks like a thumper, you know. The guy's like he's athletic as bro. They got him as a first round pick I think about 4 or 5 years ago. They missed him. Being their general on defense, you know, and just being that guy in the middle who's their link between the D line and the secondary. So I'm not too sure if he's back, but if he is, bro, just look for that defense to turn it up again. Be that Sean McDermott sort of type of defense when he was over at the Panthers and shit. But yeah, I don't know. I want to call this one I want to call the Saints on this one. I think they played well enough last week. Even though they did lose, they lost to the Eagles last week. But
yeah,
having a look.
But what's his name?
Trevor Siemian, he was their quarterback.
Yeah, but what's his name? Jalen Hurts. He went off, man.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like sometimes,
touchdowns.
like it's like in any sport, man. You just lose to a better team, and it doesn't matter. Like Trevor Siemian had a half decent game, I think. I don't know his stat line, but he was sort of in there, and it was just Jalen Hurts went off, man. He got his.
And saying that too, I'm gonna go with you, only because Josh Allen is a way better runner, or maybe not so much. I saw Jalen Hurts break some ankles, and the weekend just gone. But Josh Allen is a similar runner. He's a dual threat. Yeah, I'll backtrack on mine, bro. I'm gonna go with the Bills.
Dude,
the Saints.
He had massive runs last week, man. Did you see some of his runs? Oh,
Jalen Hurts.
What's his name? Josh Allen. Like when he gets open, he gets his. You know what I mean?
He's got that long speed, man. Bro. He's got that long speed, that Colin Kaepernick speed, that catch you up speed.
Yeah, man. Was it? Oh no, Daniel Jones had some badass runs against Tampa.
You know, he had a badass run.
Did he have like a 60-yard run or some shit?
Yeah.
And he almost scored a touchdown.
You know what's more impressive? A 44-year-old running 12 yards and looking like the windows.
Bro, and you see when he got up after he did that shit? He looked so proud of himself. Yeah.
Can Ben Roethlisberger do that? Or
tell you, he could do it, about like 3 steps.
He doesn't have to move. He's just got his arm, man. He's got the juice in his arm.
Wow, man, we won't get into that. That used to be his game too. Ben Roethlisberger used to be that guy. Try to take me down if you can. I'm 6'5", built like a freaking tank. But now, man, he's like paper. Now he was just folds.
Got a little funny. Don't tease it, Bruce. Don't tease it, man. Big Ben. Big Ben.
Big Ben Pio.
Do you know Big Ben? Big Ben. Fuck. Here we go. Big Ben. Do you know fucking Big Ben? Like Ben Roethlisberger. He's played some really amazing football, and he's played some really shit football. Like, just he can do all these like really great things, and he does some real bonehead shit. You're like, oh. And when you see him trying to move, like, and he can't, like. I've done all my picks, and that's the one game I haven't put a pick in because I was stuck. So you got the 5-4-1 Steelers going to Cincy, playing the 6-4 Bengals, and Vegas got the Bengals. Now, Cincy's been playing better as of late. They started off well and went on a fucking slump, and now they're starting to sort of get better again. For my Uso Cam and Snoop Dogg and Troy Polamalu, all them Steeler fans, peoples, and my cousins in the States, I'm going to roll with Pitt. For that reason only. Because I don't think Cincinnati, like, they're not proven yet. You know what I mean?
I got you on that one. I understand. I think my decision will come down to is TJ Watt playing. If TJ Watt plays, yeah, put it in the bag, bro. If he isn't, then I'll lean towards the Bengals.
So where am I putting your? Because I can't put your letter on both sides, Zeus.
Can I wait for the injury report to come out, or do I have to make a decision now?
No, we tried that last time with Mike White, and what did we get ourselves? We would have got our L. And we said, "Fuck him." He
got replaced by Joe Flippin' Flacco. Flippin' Nick, man. I get in. I'll go.
You know,
yeah, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Man, yeah. That's my guy. He's on my fantasy, but he's not starting. But he's still on my team. Trade bait.
Nice.
Trade bait.
Then we got the Bucks traveling into Indy. They're 6-5. Tom Brady and the Bucks is 7-3. Vegas got the Bucks by 3 on the road. I got to roll with Tom Brady, to be honest. That it's not just him; it's the defense. You know, they went on their given day. Tampa, they got the whole package. You know, the Rams, they advertise it. They got the names to back it. They can do it, but Tampa's doing it. I'm going with Tampa.
Yeah, bro. So I'll jump on that one too. Only because they've got their what's his name, Murphy Bunting back. and he had his first game back last week, bro. And he was the guy who got an intercept in the first 2 playoff games. Sean Murphy Bunting. And he showed up there, bro. So it's good to have him back. He had like an arm brace or something on. So it's good signs for them getting their secondary, because that's what was letting them down, if you can say that.
Hard out.
So I'm going with Tampa because of that too. Go.
Yeah. Yep, I got you. So that's us. Then next you got the Panthers traveling to Miami. The Panthers, they are what they are. Chris McCaffrey's there. Miami, they're not really expected to do shit. Baby, can you bring me a beer, please? I'm gonna roll with Carolina on this. It'd be cool to see Cam Newton get his first win as a Panther. Probably just for that reason only, because Miami, I think they've won a couple games, to be honest.
They have.
They've won 3 games in a row.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's poor teams, but they're winning, which is the main thing.
That's right. You can be a shit team, but as long as you can find a way to win, well, hey.
Yeah, I think.
Unfortunately for them, the whole AFC is so log jammed in that 8-3 down to the 5-4, 6-5 range that to creep in at 4-7, I don't know. You'd have to have a lot of teams lose for Miami to even make it anywhere. Yeah. So Miami's got nothing to lose. But anyways, I'm gonna roll with Carolina.
I'm gonna go with the Dolphins also, only because their coach Brian Flores played against Cam twice, and I think they beat him twice when he was a Patriot. So he knows what's up. And plus, remember, they beat the Ravens 2 weekends ago. And Cam isn't as accurate a passer as Lamar Jackson, and doesn't have as many weapons. So I'm gonna roll with the Dolphins. And in the hope that Brian Flores gets his defense sorted and they come out again, come out and get some turnovers, make the field short for Tua. I think I'm still riding with Tua. I hope Tua becomes that guy for them.
Nice, sweet, yeah. No, I'm with you on that. Like, it would be nice to see Miami get a dub. But I just, like I said, I'd rather see Cam get his first dub. So then next up, you got Tennessee, the 83 Titans. The kingless Titans traveling to fucking New England, going to Foxborough. Stadium, now, look, I don't know if you've thought about it yet, but you feel free to use this as your blowout for the week, Goose. I don't know. The Tennessee, they're moving the wrong way. They might be better off just staying safe. They know that they've worked themselves up to the top. They can afford to lose a game or two here or there. Let themselves get healthy. You know what I mean? You're not going to get Derrick Henry back, but they just look like a fucking team that needs some help, man. So with that being said, there's no way in hell I'll roll with Tennessee with what they've been doing lately. I got your Patsus.
Yeah, same, bro.
Like I said, feel free to.
No way. I don't think this is a blowout. But Mike Vrabel does know how to beat the Patriots. He's done it flipping consecutive seasons, I think.
But how good of a fuck you be like that for Belichick to finally get Vrabel? Because I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. They've had close contests. You know what I mean?
100.
Like, even last year, was it when he had Cam Newton playing? Yeah. Did they win?
I don't think so, bro. I don't think we managed to get a dub in a while. That's sort of like a bogey team for us, bro. So, man, Belichick's got his defense rolling. That defense has got like a lot of belief, bro. They believe they can get.
Dude, they hard out.
Yeah, they believe they can get turnovers.
I got McCourty.
Yeah, bro.
On one of my fantasy teams on my defense league.
The guy's 34. Did you see the intercept he got? That was like a sliding.
Yeah, bro. Straight up, man. Bro.
34-year-old shouldn't be able to like make that much ground, So.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's encouraging, bro. When your veterans are playing with juice like that, and because you know what it's like as the season gets on, veterans start breaking down. So, yeah.
Or like the Lakers, they break down in the beginning of the season.
I'm hoping we're quarter of the way through here. I'm hoping.
No, that's why it's. Dude, some of these teams, they peak too early. We didn't talk about it when we talked NBA earlier. The Suns, they're on a 13-game winning streak. You know what I mean? Like, some of these guys out there, some of these teams out there are balling the fuck out. But I'm a pessimist when it comes to something like to teams, not Laker teams. You know what I mean? There's a selective few that I can be a little bit optimistic about. Yeah. Lakers, I see everything through purple and gold and orange and blue. You know what I mean? That's how I roll and shit. But to keep everything above ground, it's like New England, Tennessee. It's easy, man. One team's trending one way, the other team's trending the other way. And they're only giving New England 6.5, which I say a strong only, because if you look at it on paper, you got an 8-3 team going into a 7-4 environment, and you're like, it should be closer than that. But yeah. Anyways, if you're doing a multi-game parlay, definitely plug that game in there, because that's I can almost stamp that with a guarantee.
Well, the thing is too, bro, we haven't played well at home. So that's something, because remember we got beat by Tampa and we got beat by Dallas, even though they were close and it came down to last position. But
those are those games those are those teams.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
The team, yeah,
Tampa, that's that team.
Yeah.
Dallas, that's that team. Dallas is a season team. Like they're a team that performs in the season.
Early, and then they flip and lose. They lose it.
Exactly.
So yeah, exactly. Now I'll go for you, bro. Pets all the way.
Oh, of course, man. You gonna go Pats anyway, dog. You never go get your Pats. I got you. I'd like to see my Bears. And we got Philly traveling to New York, play the Giants. Philly 5-6, and the Giants 3-7. I'm going with Philly, who are favored by Vegas by 3.5.
Philly. Yeah, bro. We'll just go with the hot hand at the moment. Jalen Hurts is feeling himself, man. First year coach Nick Sirianni. Hopefully, he rolls with that, sets him up, put him in positions to win. It'll be nice to see Jalen Hurts go through his progression so he can become a quarterback, not just a mobile one. But yeah, man, we'll go with the Eagles. Giants just aren't rolling, bro.
Yep.
Because you're injured. So.
Yep. Next up, we've got the Hawks, the 4-7 Hawks. Sorry, the Hawks. Oh my God, the 4-6 Falcons traveling to Jacksonville, Florida, to play the 2-8 Jaguars. Now, Vegas has got this at even because both teams are playing like shit, right? Yeah. So basically, this is a toss-up around who's going to be the shittier team. Because it's not going to be who's going to be the better team, it's who's the not so shitty team. Yeah. So based on all that alone, and I don't give a fuck about either of these teams, just to be blunt about it. But it's good. It's cool to see young guys do well.
100.
So I'm gonna go with Jacksonville.
Yeah, man.
Here.
I'm on the same boat too. I'm on the same boat. I really feel like
see Trevor Lawrence get off.
Yeah, Urban Meyer, Trevor Lawrence. See how they go. Hopefully, they show up and show out for the home fans. They got that flip that owner something Carney. So yeah, hopefully it all works out, bro. I don't know where the Falcons are at. I don't know what they're at. They got defenders, but those two linebackers, Deion Jones, and can't say his name, Aluakwan or something. And they're beasts, but I just don't know what they're up to as a defense, bro. They just
who knows. I think unfortunately for Cordell Patterson,
he's out.
Sort of utility guy. Yeah, he's out. But he ended up there. He balled out when he was with us. He was awesome. He did the kickoff returns. He was a cool running back option. He was a wide receiver option. He was a man.
Backtrack, when he was with us, he was awesome.
I know. That's what I mean. Like with you guys turned him into the shit.
Yeah.
He came from. Did he play for Minnesota before that?
Oh yeah, you would know him as a first rounder because he used to fucking run punt returns back on your ass or some shit.
Because I'm pretty sure. Oh, fuck him, man. He didn't do shit, dog. That's when we had Urlacher, dog. That's when we used to fucking put him in his place. Now, I don't know if it was Urlacher days, but I know he goes back.
Yeah.
But it was cool when he put on the Bears jersey, and he did awesome for us the last 2 years.
Bro, hard. I don't know why
he's guaranteed to come back this year. And we let go of him. He went to fucking Atlanta. And he didn't go for big money either. But he like I said, not so much that he left us for Atlanta, but the fact that he ended up in Atlanta, I think sucks for him, because it would have been cool to see him go to a system where he could win. I would never want to see him in the Green Bay jersey, in the Packers jersey. So I'd rather see him in like a fucking. Imagine him playing for the Ravens. You imagine him in a Wildcat with fucking Lamar Jackson, or the two running the option. Like he would have been sick in Baltimore. Imagine him in Tampa's with Brady. Like that would be ridiculous.
And Tampa knows, and Brady knows how to use them too, bro.
Hard out. Exactly. He's had him before. He'd have been like, ooh, my new, this is my new toy. I ain't had him in ages, So because he's actually he's evolved. You know what I mean? Cordell Patterson. He used to be, returner, and then you guys used him a bit in the wide receiver position, playing the running back. Then with the Bears, he was primarily running back / sort of tight end / fucking returner, and now with Atlanta in the beginning of the year, he was killing it in all aspects. He did everything. He literally did everything. I don't know who they got over there coaching in Atlanta, but him and Matt Ryan, they sorted something out, and it sucks. But anyway, so let's continue with that. We both rolling with Jacksonville on there. That'd be cool. That'd be a cool win. Then you got another fucking stinker of sorts. This is like two garbage fires going against each other. So use the bigger garbage fire. You got the Jets going to Houston. Both teams 2-8. Unfortunately, we can't say somebody's got to win because they can fucking draw at 0-0. So it's look. I'm now. I don't know if you see what's happening, but I think Houston didn't they cut their starting running back or like the guy who's hurt or some shit. So, like you said before, the Jets had Joe Flacco. I don't know. Out of the two teams, I think Houston has won more recently with beating fucking Tennessee. So based on that fact and that fact alone, and that they're playing at home, I'm rolling with Houston.
Man, this is the game of who wants the number one pick.
Yeah, hard on us.
Okay, so...
Oh no! Detroit got that. Detroit got that shit sold up.
But top three pickles, top three pick.
Yeah, exactly. They fight for number 2.
For like future. I don't know the future.
Bro, like seriously, if these teams, what they should do if either of those teams get this number 2 or number 3 pick, they should flip that bitch for like 2 or 3 other like early second rounders. Throw in a second rounder of their own and get like a late first and 2 early seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. Or even like a future one, bro. Just to help them out.
Yeah, or future one, exactly. Because with a lot of people that may follow NBA but don't really fully follow football, in the NBA it's all about fucking getting those top draft picks. You know what I mean? As soon as you get to the second, third round, you're like, fuck, these guys don't really do much. But that's because the roster's only 15, 16, 17 players wide, whereas in the NFL it's a 52-man squad. And then you got the practice squad. And there's these guys, you draft deep, man. Second, third, fourth round, man. You still got all-stars turning out that are third, fourth round picks. So, if you finish real shit and you had those top picks, you shop it around, not you, to somebody who's got a little treasure trove. The OKC version of the NFL. Because I don't know if you follow, like, if you know what's happening in the NFL, but OKC, they've got a treasure trove of picks. Ali Cam, don't the Thunder have like fucking heaps of like first and second round picks just stashed from all their?
Yeah, they got those picks when they gave away Paul George.
And everybody else, all the players that have left, they just keep getting number 1 picks. So they've got number 1 picks that I think they've got it's something stupid. It's ridiculous. Like 2 or 3 number 1 picks in each of the next years already. And it's fucking NFL different. So based on all that, like you said, Oos, it's going for who's the fucking who wants to finish last or second to last. You run with Houston or the Jets, Oos?
To win, I'll go with Texans, bro. I'll go with the Texans.
All right. Now you got the Chargers, 6-4 Chargers traveling a mile high, playing the 5-5 Broncos. Chargers favored by 2.5. I'm going with the Chargers because I think they're starting to find their winning ways again. Eckler going off. What's his fucking Herbert, man? He can move and he's throwing to everybody. Like it hurts as a fantasy owner of a wide receiver for the Chargers because your guy. I was lucky that I got that big touchdown at the end with Mike Williams, but he spreads the ball so much. I hadn't really paid attention to too many Chargers games as of late. And to watch that last game, it was like, fuck, man. He threw it to everybody, man. Fucking Cam, watch out. Catch the ball. Like, you watching it and you said, oh, no, like you told everybody. So no, I got Chargers, man. I actually see Chargers as one of those teams that they're gonna trend back up. Become one of the better.
Yeah, they got to become seasoned. They got to get to the playoffs, become a playoff caliber team every year. I think they just need to build that. Get some. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It was because, like, you know this as well, bro. You can't go to Mile High Stadium and expect to win because of something about sea levels and altitude and like fucking,
it's the oxygen.
Yeah,
it's
oxygen's thinner. Honestly, and it has that impact on the game. So, look, if the Chargers get going early, bro, nothing can stop momentum. But if it's a tight game, I think the Broncos will be able to squeeze it out. And plus, Melvin Gordon, the running back for the Broncos, used to play for the Chargers. He
played for the Chargers, Zeus.
So could be a bit of like, always play with a little bit of extra bite, and nothing like that LeBron Isaiah sort of stuff going on, but he'll be willing to get in there and like bang helmets. Sharks, I don't know, it's a tough one, but I think I got to go with the hot hand, bro. I got Justin Herbert on my fantasy league. I hope he goes off on these guys. The guy's 6'6", 240 pounds, bro. And he's an athlete, underrated athlete. Don't give him too much space. I think he ended up running and he got chased down by Cam Hayward. If Cam Hayward gave up, Justin Herbert would have ran a touchdown in.
Hard out.
Yeah, because he stepped that safety.
He got wheels, man. Yeah. That fool got wheels.
Because he stepped that safety, whoever the safety replacement for Minka Fitzpatrick was, stepped his ass,
dude,
clean. Like, hey,
straight up,
gave him the left foot.
He left him in the dust.
Yo, so look, yeah, I'll go with the Chargers too. I reckon they'll come out with a dub. I'm just hoping it's high scoring, so
entertaining.
That's
game
my fantasy guy, man. Like I showed you before, he scored 40 something odd points to me, man. Come on, let's go.
Well, your guy's gonna be throwing touchdowns to my guy all game. It'll be Herbert to Williams five times.
I don't care who he throws it to.
No, you should care, because I can get those points.
Hey, man.
Fuck those other guys. Just be like, oh man, look at those wheels. You gotta throw. Oh, he was open. Oh fuck. That's that's how you, like, when you following your fantasy guys and you watch in a game and you're like, you just watch your guy. You're like, oh, you should have thrown it to him, man. He was fucking open. Like every other play. No, so hold on. So the next game, I got this down as my game of the week. This is the 7-3 Rams traveling to Lambeau Field to take on the 8-3 bitch ass Packers. I most certainly have the Rams winning this game, and not only do I predict the Rams will win, I think they'll win convincingly, and Aaron Donald is going to put his face in Aaron Rodgers' face more than 2 or 3 times. Between him and Leonard Floyd, and you got Ramsey in the backfield. You've got Von Miller, who's yet to... You got Von Miller... Yeah, exactly. You got Von Miller, who's yet to sort of, like, get his taste of blood in his mouth as a Ram. Dude, I think... And this is my bold fucking... I'll put money on this, too. You remind me, Oos, to do this before the week thing, because I'll probably forget. I'm going to put money on this motherfucker. This is my blowout of the week, Oos. I think the Rams are going to go to Lambeau and put the Packers in their place. And they're going to make Rodgers, think about his State Farm policy and that, his ass is insured because it's about to get broke.
Apparently State Farm dropped his ass too for not being vaccinated.
Yeah, they did, Oos. For being a fucking bitch ass.
But you know what? Like, I honestly want to say the Packers will come out. But just because of those reasons there, also, like, just imagine if they put it all together. Sean McVay goes back to his running game, which allows Matt Stafford to play off that. Yep, they don't have Cam Akers, due to IR, but they've got a stable of running backs, and if they can come back to that, make it easy, because make it easy for Matt Stafford, to pick apart and go deep. I reckon it'll be alright. But in saying that too, Preston Smith went off last week as well. But yeah, it's a tough one. It's hard to go to Lambeau. I don't know what the weather's like, bro, but I'm sure it's coming up to winter. And Lambeau sucks nuts. Like, literally, all of it.
Yeah.
You know,
They all suck nuts up there. That's literally what they do. Like in Green Bay, like what they like. So Packer fans, what they like to do is they, when it gets cold and shit, they just decide to suck on some nuts because they're Packer fans. That's what they do and shit. But what you were saying is the Rams. They're out there talent like. They've got a staunch defense, but on top of that, you got Cooper Kupp. He leads the league in all three major categories for receiving. He leads the league in receiving yards. He's over like just a dash under 1,100 yards. He leads the league in receiving touchdowns at 10 touchdowns already. You got Stafford. I hate that motherfucker, but Stafford, I haven't even gotten there yet. So you still got Stafford. You know what I mean? Stafford is doing what Stafford does. He's sort of in the middle of the league. I think he's got like 8 interceptions or some shit like that, or 7. But he's right up the top. He's third in yards or second in yards, and he's the same in touchdowns. He's doing what he's always done. He's just in a better situation. Pardon me. And then on top of all that, like you said, utilize the run. They got fucking Henderson, who's averaging over 5 yards a tick, and he's got fuck all carries a game because they're pass centric. Now with Robert Woods being injured and bringing in OBJ, you don't really lose anything, with the Woods injury, which is fortunate for the Rams. But they need to run the ball loose. If they can establish that running game, they'll be unbeatable. Because it gives the defense all that time to be fresh every time they step on the field. And they just eat, man. Leonard Floyd, to this day, should be a Bear. He should be a Bear, man. Like, I don't know why we let go of him. You know what I mean? Like, he's a monster. Look at him. He's a freak. They doubted us when we drafted him and said, why you want to pick a guy on the D-line, a linesman, who is so trim?
Slim cat.
Well,
look at Chandler Jones. Chandler
slim.
Jones is the same build, bro. 6'5" and all that jazz. 230,
That's
240,
right.
250. But, bro, guy gets to the quarterback.
That's right.
Yeah. Nah, we'll call it, bro.
But
I'll call it the same as yours. Rams over the Packers.
Yeah, we rolling with the Rams.
This could be the statement game, if that makes sense.
Yeah, man, exactly. Then we got Minnesota traveling into Frisco. Both teams are 5-5. Vegas got Frisco by 3, and I'm agreeing with Vegas because Minnesota wins. That just means my Bears are even more unlikelier to make the playoffs.
I think that's a hard one. Like I'm just thinking about it. I know Nick Bosa went off again. And stats were thrown up about how many he's got the most quarterback hits. I think he's got 10 or 12 sacks. Which is probably league leading with Myles Garrett somewhere in there. Yeah. However, the Vikings on offense have more than one weapon. So they got Adam Thielen, and he managed to get his touchdown. Then they've got Justin Jefferson, who's balling out right now. And I don't think they got anyone in the secondary that can keep up with him, bro. So Dalvin Cook, like I said earlier in the season, Dalvin Cook's the catalyst for their defense. Everything goes through him. He's the conduit for the juicy. For everybody else. So as long as Kirk Cousins doesn't have to win the game, they're gonna win the game. That makes sense. And I know you're gonna hit up a massive stat line.
And remember that's at Levi Stadium, Moose.
Yeah,
it's in Frisco.
Yeah, hold up. But at the
those
same
Minnesotians,
time,
they might be like, it's too hot here.
Yeah,
it's too hot here.
It's beautiful, but at the same time too, man. Like offensively, I think they're struggling. Like they do have Deebo Samuel, and Brandon Ayuk, but it can be a difficult one. I want to go with the Vikings. I just love Justin Jefferson, bro. I think he's keep an eye out for him. He'll be an all pro, and if not this year, next year, bro.
He's a cheeky asshole, though. He reminds me of Chris Carter and shit, man.
Yeah,
because he's cheat. Pardon me. He talks a lot of shit. I remember last year against the Bears as a rookie, he was talking all sorts of smack when he was burning our corners and shit. So yeah, no, you're right. It was I hear that, man. So I'll put you down for Minnesota. I'm still rolling with Frisco. Then I think
Debo will probably
well, that's my thing. I got Debo, man, and I traditionally I don't like the Niners. I only go for Debo, but I think in this situation I'll go for the Niners. Then next up, I think this might be the Sunday night game. I'm not too sure. It's just how I wrote it in order, and I think it's by time. Is you got the 6-5 Browns going to Baltimore, playing the Christian Mark at the QB slot. Ravens at 7-3. Now, I personally, after watching that Bears game, I think that Huntley is a serviceable backup, and he's going to do enough to to push the Browns, to the side, because the Browns haven't done anything really to sort of, pique my interest or do anything to impress me as of late. And Baltimore, after they beat my Bears last week, they might be on a little bit of a high. And I got Baltimore.
I think Nick Chubb managed to go for like $120 or something, or 20 plus, and I think if they do that, they win again. Can they do it again? Yep, because their Ravens defense is shit. So, yeah, I'll go with the Browns, bro. Browns for the upset. Myles Garrett will get his. I don't know if Myles Garrett's playing, but I reckon he'll get his juice, bro. He'll get at least 2. Did you just say Lamar Jackson's out?
No, I don't know. He's still questionable.
Yeah. Nah, man.
Tell it, Cam. Can we pause it real quick? I gotta take a piss, Oos.
Yeah, man.
Is that cool?
Yeah, man.
Sorry, man.
We only got one more team to choose.
I know. Sorry, Oos.
And it's gonna be... Who cares? It's Washington versus Seahawks.
I was gonna say another distraction for the Browns is that drama with Baker Mayfield's wife. Did you hear about that? She called out the team.
Honest to who?
Yeah, I heard it.
Did she over social media, like Twitter?
Yeah, on Twitter. Yeah, she called out the team.
Wow. Why? They won, man. Tell her shut up.
Something about she was complaining that people were doubting her husband, and if it's true, then the team should step up or something like that.
Shut up! Just tell her husband to step up.
Nah, tell it. They were booing him. Sorry. I still got the earphones. I was like,
oh yeah. Did you hear about that? Did you hear about that?
Yeah, no, I didn't hear about her, but I heard that the fans were booing him and shit during the game, because that was a game that the Lions could have snatched away, and that would have been See, I picked the Lions last week, Goose, because I thought if any team were they to beat, it would have to be the Browns. Because who's the other sorriest team you can think of? If you think of football, the 2 sorriest teams in football are the Lions and the Browns. I was born in 82, and since I was a little kid, I've been following football since I was a little ass kid. Those are always the 2 shittiest teams. Well, actually, there was a third, but I won't. At the time, it was the Patriots. They were one of the shittier teams too when I was a little kid. But it didn't last long, They did what they did. And then before that, they were good. But they were also good before that as well. So, because when I started following, they'd already dropped off. Like my Bears, they dropped off. But yeah, man. Fucking, yeah. What a horrible shit team. Sorry, we had one last game, didn't we?
Yep.
Last game. Seattle and Washington. You got the 3-7 Seahawks going to Washington.
Shame.
To the 4-6 Washington football team.
Yeah.
I got Seattle, and this is my upset of week because Vegas have Washington at -1. They got them by -1. So technically, it's an upset. No, I was just kidding, man. No, fuck it. I got Seahawks only because I got DK Metcalf. And it would be awesome to see him score some more fucking points, man.
Yeah, I'm going off for Washington, bro.
Oh, shit.
Tyler Henneke, man. I saw a stat.
No, that's all good.
Tyler
It's
Henneke
good.
threw for like 3 touchdowns last week, bro. So I'm like, come on, man. So
tell it. That was the guy who's, remember, Cam? I was telling you, that's the guy you guys should have snapped up.
Yeah. Because he's just gonna
Pittsburgh
throw, bro. He made his debut last year, Kim. Made his debut last year to get them into the playoffs. They pulled him off the street. Literally. And he won them the game. And then he plays against my Patriots. And was it my Patriots?
Yeah, and he laid an egg.
Yeah.
No, was it the Patriots?
He nearly beat freaking us in like a game. I'm like, where did this guy come from?
Oh, that's right.
And it was like it was a game, and I was like real close, and I'm like, bro, this guy's it's only a second or third week, and he's like throwing for 300 or something yards and 3-4 touchdowns and stuff. I'm like, man, bro, we playing up. So, yeah, man, Tyler Heineke. Yeah, look, he worked for 3 touchdowns. He's got a good running back, bro. And then what's his name, Antonio Gibson, and then he's got Trey McLaren, bro. That guy's underrated, like all pro, bro.
McLaren, he's the man.
He should be an all pro. If not this year, next year. If he's in a better team, if he's with a better quarterback, if he goes to the Packers, he'll fuck up the Bears.
If he's with a better team and a better quarterback. In a better city.
Nah, he's like DeAndre Hopkins, bro. Like flipping Hopkins was with a shit team for like so long, and then he goes to Kyler Murray and catches that fucking pass from last year, the Hail Mary between 3 defenders, bro. He's like, Megatron who, bro?
He's Nuke.
Yeah, it's Nuke, bro.